cultural sensitivity is very close to what is the uh, platinum rule of behavioral intelligence. So if you have seen my behavioral intelligence webinar recording, the platinum rule of behavioral intelligence says that treat others the way they want to be treated, right? This is the platinum rule of behavioral intelligence. And this is the platinum rule of the cultural intelligence as well. CQ is the cultural intelligence. So it is the same. Treat others the way they want to be treated, not as per your culture, not as per your perception and the thought process. In essence, adjust with them and create harmony. So this is the crux of the cultural intelligence. And since the topic is cultural sensitivity, so cultural sensitivity refers to a set of skills that allows you to learn about and understand people whose cultural background is different than you. Simple. Now, I will share with you few examples, and again, means not necessarily you have to talk at the time of reflection. You can talk now as well. Means I'm fortunate to basically visit many countries and work in many countries as well. Primarily Germany, Japan, China, Korea, Italy, UK, some small part, but no, not much. Singapore, Thailand as well. We had office where I have stayed for a considerable amount of time. And of course, US, right? So these are the countries where I have lived. And as I was expressing, I don't know whether in this class or the positive spiritual intelligence class, that is, I belong from a small town. So means not having that much, say, understanding about the cultural nuances. And but fortunately, people have taught me. Means I did many mistakes in my corporate journey. Means, for example, I remember that when I was working in a Japanese company, in culture of Japan, they are very humble and they will never say no. Means, for example, I went to the Toyota's office in Japan, and that means it was a cross-functional team of the designer and the purchaser and all that. And I was representing my organization from the marketing and business development. And I was telling them, and they were saying it is very difficult. It is very difficult for us. So I presume that it is very difficult for us means it is possible. Because I come from this positive psychology background. I said that, okay, it is difficult, it is possible. And then, okay, means meeting happened, of course. With me, my Japanese colleague also was there. There was an interpreter and all that. So all that tamjam was there. And then we, means after this particular meeting, then we went to the office. And then that Japanese person's version about that meeting was totally different than my version. I was so positive about that particular meeting. Okay, it is difficult, but it is possible and all that. And he said totally different thing, that Hemant, our proposal is not acceptable to them. So in Japan, when they say it is difficult, means it is their humbleness that they are saying. It means that it is not possible, but they will not say no. They will not say it is not possible. To show the respect, although they are customers and means I was a supplier, in spite of that, they were saying it as a difficult. So each culture has a different norms. So the cultural sensitivity is about understanding that culture. Now, I'm not saying that is you must have the experience to go to that particular country and then only you have to learn, right? I was fortunate to say, means visit some 20 countries. But even if, right, I have not visited the balanced countries, or even if I would not have visited the 20 countries, today in an information age, you can get all the information. You can get all the information about the cultural nuances, the cultural do's and don'ts of that particular country before visiting that country. Now, this I am talking now. At that time, I was very young and means I was not doing all these things. But afterwards, I started. Means at the, say, from the age 35 onwards, means whatever countries I visited, I used to, go with some preparation of their keywords, their translation, right, their customs, how they shake hands. For example, in US, they shake hands very firmly. But in Japan, there is no culture of shaking hands. You have to basically bow. So even the greeting is different. Like in India, it is pranam. In Japan, it is bowing. And in America, it is a firm handshake. But if you go to the France, it is not that firm handshake. Right? Means if you go to the Germany, so they will show a very, stiff outlook. They will not mix with you, right? So even if the German is not appreciating you directly, right? If they are not doing criticism, that means they are appreciating. So they are very conservative in appreciating you. But reverse is true in America. In America, they will say, oh, Hemant, you have done a fantastic, great job. That means okay. Why? Because saying great, fantastic is their takiya kalam. For everything, they say fantastic and great. So you can't take the meaning literally in every country. Means, for example, in Japan and Korea, and especially in the Southeast Asia, when you go out for a dinner, you never talk about the business. Never. You only talk about the family, recreation, and entertainment topics, not the business. For in Southeast Asia, that particular time is a relationship building time. But not necessarily true in case of America. In case of America, over the dinner also, you can talk about the business. So you should know this in advance. Means, for example, if you are going to Japan or the Korea or Malaysia, right, or Thailand, and during the dinner, if you talk about the business, that is called as very rude and unprofessional. So they will look at you badly, right? So these are the things. So this is the wisdom what you should have in becoming the culturally sensitive, right? Even in India, means the India is a very complex country. Means in India, every state has a bit of different culture, and of course the east, west, north, south has totally different culture, right? So in north, the culture is very flamboyant. They will show off. In south, it is totally reverse, right? In Maharashtra, again, people will not show off that much. So now, depending upon that particular cultural setting, you need to decide what to talk, what not to talk, right? So this is the cultural sensitivity. And in today's world, now today the world is a village. It is not some great countries. It is a one village. Why? Because I can talk to any person in the world instantly, right? So the distance is no more a constraint. And because of that, more and more international exposure is there. So we are talking with many multinational people. So you need to understand not only the cultural sensitivity within India country, which is also a great, right? So in India also, I can say India is a mixture of at least 10 countries, if you ask me. So there are 10 different cultures prevalent in India. Like that, if you understand the regional cultures, then only you can basically flourish as a professional. So the cultural sensitivity is very key aspect of emotional intelligence as well as business intelligence. If you have to, today, you can't say that is my business scope or my coaching scope is India. No, it is global. It is global.